You're live. Now you can all cheap freight. Yeah. So, oh, so here's the weird part. So, I started my laptop, and when it took the thumbnail, it was just the screen was doing something weird. And then, but then it took the thumbnail. I could see the thumbnail, and then after that, when I went live, the video wasn't. I couldn't see myself, and that bothers me. As a narcissist, that bothers me that I couldn't see myself. So we're doing it from one of the phones, and I'll read the comments from here. Oh, look, I got a text from Ratman. Tease. So we'll go to the comments, get some people in here. I appreciate everybody that is in here, and we got some numbers to talk about. Okay, so first thing you're going to notice is that I'm at home. Truck is in the shop, and yeah. So get some people in here, and we'll get going. All ready? Yeah. And we'll go over the truck payoff thing, and then we'll go over what my plans are, and we'll go over what the common mistake is that a lot of people do in my position. And we'll go from there. So let's do some shout outs. We got Screaming Demon, Ratman Roden, Charles Brandt, Daniel Adami, Rick N., Yukon Cornelius, David Moreau, Brian Ludwig Jr., congrats on the last payment on the rig, thank you. Got better internet? No, it wasn't the internet, it was just I'm using this 10-year-old laptop. It's about time for me to upgrade. Merry Christmas, Ratman, thank you very much. I thought you were going to Vegas with your newfound wealth. No, there's no wealth here. Tommy Z, what's up? John Dollahite, good evening. I almost said good morning. Because I usually do these live feeds in the morning. You got Overtaxed Minnesota. Nothing Witty is in the house. Charles Brandt, thank you for the $9.99. I appreciate that. Fan. Light Bright, congrats. Little White Coach, I was looking for Snorlord, wrong channel. This looks like Duck Dynasty. Hey, Duck Dynasty doesn't have a death metal hat there, Little Viking Coach. Tim Towns, congratulations, paying off that truck. It's a nice accomplishment to pay off early. Let's see, Jamie B, congrats, major accomplishment. Thor and Thunder Trucking, Scott SRO, oh please, tell me how to run while sitting in the house. Oh, Scott, you're funny. I'm not going to tell you how to do anything. Okay, upgrade the laptop then. Yeah, it's time to upgrade the laptop, right? Truck for life. Hope you're doing well. And so we got this piece of paper here. What this piece of paper is, okay, so those of you who don't know, those of you who missed my last video, which by the way, that last video has, I don't know, I click my pen over and over, that's annoying. The last video I did, I talked about paying off my truck. So here's how that went down, right? Josh the Vegan, what's up? And so I knew that once the payoff was pretty close. The loan was originally to February, but I had 3 months deferred. And the way they did is they divided the months into half. And that allowed me to put more money in the bank and sit on it while rates were really low, and it kept my cost per mile down quite a bit. But I still had a $4,000 repair in October, and that's the numbers we're going to get into. Chores, baby. I did my chores, Scott. I did my chores. Here's how it went down. So I called MHC Financial, who that's who did my loan, and I called them up and said, "Hey, I had heard that you had a website that I could do some like extra payments on, you know." And she's like, "But I can't find it on your website." And they're like, "Well, we don't have that set up." I'm like, "Okay." So if I wanted to send extra payments, you know, just go by this address here. And she gave me a new address. And I said, "So by the way, what's my payoff?" And the payoff was a lot lower than I thought. I still thought I had a couple more months. With the deferment, my payments were originally going to end in February. With the deferment, though, my payments actually didn't end till May. So I thought, well, that's another 6 months from now. So I was kind of leery, but I knew that once I got down to like 2 or 3 months, I would just pay it off, right? Well, as soon as she told me the amount and how much lower it was, I went outside, thought about it, called a friend of mine, see if it was, you know, it was good advice, and then I wrote the biggest check I've ever wrote in my life. So, and then the truck is done. So once that payment's processed, and they didn't have a way to do it online. He had to send it snail mail. So we'll see how long that takes, right? So what that did is at the end of December, there's no more truck payments. And it's a good thing because here's the numbers I'm going to give you. So between January 1st and November 30th, this does not include my December numbers. The truck, when it comes to maintenance and repair, has costed me $19,783.44. Let me repeat that. $19,783.44. This is why you need to have cash and credit on hand. Because when you add that plus my truck payments, that's not including the payoff amount that I just wrote a check for. When you add that up together, it comes out to it's like 34,000. See if I got my calculator still up here. Came out to $34,152.87. If you combine that, my payments all together for just this year. Now, to give you a comparison, last year the truck cost me $12,000 in maintenance and repairs. That's including tires, batteries, everything, right? The only thing I don't put in that category is if I buy like miscellaneous supplies, like anything for the truck that didn't have to have a wrench or a screwdriver put to it. And so I thought I would give you guys those numbers because, you know, a lot of people like, well, you know, how much money do you set aside? You know, can you do this without credit? Can you do this with credit? Can you do this with nothing but credit? Can you do this without, you know, some huge amount in the bank account? And this was a critical year for the truck because when you deal with the used truck, I bought the truck at 370,000 miles. And everything I've ever done on this truck, or everything that's ever been done to the truck, is right here. These are all the maintenance records, including the maintenance records of when the truck was brand new. And I was looking this over. Anything that was done at Kenworth before I owned it is in here. And then, of course, the every single thing I've done to this truck is in here. And then the trailers, some of the trailer stuff's in here too. So if I was to ever sell this truck, they would get all the maintenance, right? And I'll get to the comments here. I'm seeing you guys commenting like crazy. We've got 40 people in here. That's pretty good. The critical part of a used truck is when you're out of warranty, but you're still making payments. And so this was year 4 with this truck. So less, I think there's a little bit of depreciation, not much though. And then, of course, no warranty. So we're flying by the seat of our pants already. And then still making truck payments. That's why it's important to get your truck payment as low as possible. And I knew that that 4th year would be critical. And it just happened to be the year that the truck, wanted to more than nickel and dime me. On the average, the truck is besides this year, the truck has cost me about $12,000, $13,000 a year to do the maintenance and repair. I've had some major things done with it. I had a new clutch. The second year I had the truck. A lot of it's like little things, and I think the highest truck repair I had was like $5,800, I think, at one time. So, so it'll be good to get, because if you do just my truck payments, that's $14,369. So you got to look at it as now I gain that next year. And and so here's, we'll do some comments and then we'll go into some stuff. Let's see. Thor and Thunder, my laptop's okay. Chores, baby, chores. All right. You going to take up golf like Provost Pale Rider will be your caddy? LOL. I'm not a golf guy. I'm fairly crappy at miniature golf. So that isn't, Cascade says, great, congratulations. Go and grab a new Volvo. I wish I could, Ratman. Still only $656 a week. Yeah, that's true, Thor. And Thor, it is. That's still not bad, right? Let's see. Did you get the truck from SFI? No, Josh, I did not. The truck I bought. My first truck was a Peterbilt 387. I bought that off of Aero Truck Sales, and then about 6 months left, I traded it in for the current truck, which is an X Prime truck. I did not buy it from Pedigree. I bought it from MHC directly, and had the best salesman I've ever dealt with at that time and ever. That guy unfortunately has retired. And last I heard, I don't think his health was doing well. It's an old guy that had been at MAC in Joplin for like 20-something years, right? And I put a brand new APU on it. When you combine the APU and the truck price, it came out to $72,000. They gave me $15,000 for my Peterbilt. 10 of it went to the principal of the loan. 5 went to pay off the Peterbilt. And that truck started making me money right off the bat. Lower truck payment, better fuel mileage, more comfort, working APU, so less on the fuel there too. And it's the foundation of that truck and Schneider that I was able to, make the move that I did, going over to Like Trucking. So, all right, Scott, I will. So I know I did not get the truck through SFI. I was one of them, redheaded stepchild of Schneider. You come in with a PACCAR, with an SFI PACCAR, they kind of dread that. But you come in with a non-SFI PACCAR, they want nothing to do with you. And so, but knock on wood, it's been a good truck. I've always wanted a 680. When I was at Transland, they put me in a brand new 680 right when it came out, which I think was 2014. And I knew that that's the truck I wanted eventually, and that's what I got. But like everything, it's wearing out. The motor, again, knock on wood, seems to be in pretty good shape. We're probably going to get into more mechanical stuff. The truck's in the shop this week, and that's a different story. And there's going to be a little bit of negativity with that aspect. So the last load I was doing, I found that I had an air leak, and I had to address that. So I took the truck to an independent shop, not Kenworth, right? Hoping that I can. It's non-engine related, it's non-def related. So let's go ahead and try to save on some labor, because these people's labor is like literally like almost half of what Kenworth is, right? And it's people that I've used for a long time with the Peterbilt, and they're a good shop. And I called them up and said, "Hey, can you get me in by because I needed my trailer looked at too, and they actually do the trailer stuff too as well." And I asked them, I said, "Can you get me in by Thursday or Friday?" And they said, "Yeah." And so Friday afternoon, I called them up. I said, "Hey, I've noticed my truck hasn't been moved. What's going on?" It's like, we might be able to get to it Monday morning. And mind you, I came home. I had to be home for something Friday, and I have to be home for something Monday. Well, then Tuesday and Wednesday, I might be able to run 2 shorts, but that's only if they get the truck done on Monday, which I don't think they will. And then, Thursday is Christmas Eve, I believe. Yep. Right? Yep. And so there goes the rest of my revenue for the month. Hopefully I'll go back out on the 28th. And at least get a few more days. I usually run over New Year's, and as long as the weather holds, we're usually running over New Year's. I don't care if I'm home for New Year's. But I'm not very happy with the shop, and I told them, I said, if Monday morning you get that in the shop, you need to call me so I could take that truck over to Kenworth. At least they'll get it done, because I didn't realize you're going to cost me like 3 days of revenue, if not 6 days of revenue. So them's the break. So it's not even a major. It's an air leak, and there's a little bit of seepage coming from the return hose to the power steering. It's not even a major thing, and they, so there's that. I was impressed with Pale Rider's interview, DIY trucker that he interviewed. That was, I bet you both things he probably could have fixed, and I'm just not. I don't have that many tools, and I'm just not that talented. So, kind of wish, Daniel Adami, thank you. Thanks for the congrats. How much per mile lifetime? Thor, that's a good question. I would have to look. I would need to look at that, because the first year I wasn't tracking my numbers. I was a bad person. I did not track my numbers, and so I tracked them like half arsed. So you work for Schneider, looking to get your own truck, Josh. Are you a Schneider IC, or are you just a Schneider company driver? Pale Riders in the house. What's up? Hopefully by April 30th, which is also my son's birthday, I'll be able to pay my truck off. That would be cool, Daniel. Insurance drop. My insurance was fairly low already, Dave. I had put the payoff at, I believe, $15,000. And I could have had it at 10, but I wanted it at 15 just in case something happens. The truck's worth at least 15. That's the beauty of paying it off. I mean, if I have a $10,000 repair, I can at least, if I had to, I can park the truck and just get another one, right? There's, it's not like having 2 truck payments. Snow would have been a divorce by now if he had gotten an SFI truck. No, Daniel, I know you're joking around, but I think that I would have adapted to those conditions, because bigrigceo and Chucky have all proved that you don't have to run and be out months at a time to make those Schneider finance payments work. At Schneider. Now, if you're in the spot market, that's a different story. If you're in an SFI truck In the spot market, that could be a different story. But no, my wife is very supportive. You know, and to be honest with you, it might have been easier to give up because, you know, a lease is a little bit easier to give up than a truck note. So, but I didn't want to be a slave to the truck. But I guess in a way I was this year. So, but no, there wasn't really an insurance drop. My insurance is pretty low already, Dave. Spectre won't take me because I have an SFI truck. You don't want to go through the hassle of trying to move my truck over there, LVC. Now, Daniel, I'm gonna give you a bit of words of, I don't know, experience. I'm not gonna call it wisdom. Consistency. Okay, so let's go to the next part of this video. How did you pay off a truck? Consistency. I didn't job hop. I had 2 companies with that truck. Schneider and Life Trucking. Had I not been a friend of Jeff's, I would not have made that jump. I would have stayed at Schneider. Nothing against Spectre, but I don't think bringing an SFI truck to spot market company is not a really good move, especially if one is having a difficulty booking and managing aspects of your business. I think that would have been a bad idea. Now, if you wanted to get in Spectre's one of his lease trucks, you know, then he becomes your umbrella versus Schneider Finance. That might be a better deal for you, but I think you just need consistency. You just need to stay somewhere for a few years, and just get the hang of things. You know, I don't even know why you're even looking. Ryan, what's up? Now you can't put yourself down where you did a great job. Did I put myself down? I'm sorry, Truck for Life. I guess, you know, truck is worth 25 if you sell, not traded. I don't know, Cascaded. Yeah, I guess you'd be right. Your AC blower gave out on me this morning. It's making a weird sound. That's probably not good. What is SFI? John Dollarhigh. SFI is Schneider Finance. There are 2 ways to be an owner-operator at Schneider. You could bring your own truck over there if they're allowing outside trucks, or you can lease one of their trucks, which is through a parent company called Schneider Finance. And so we all call them SFI for short. Everybody else is answering that question. The guy I have leased on is covering my second trailer payment. I still owe $6,000 on my first trailer. You didn't read LVC's comment before mine, Daniel. Live load. Yeah, but I know you've talked to him about wanting to go over there, though, Daniel. Live unload changes a lot of things when it comes to the spot market. Well, not only that, but your numbers get kind of, I don't know, changed a little bit. You know, if you're an owner operator at Schneider, when your load says, you know, it pays, you know, $1,000, it's $1,000 to the truck. And so you think, well, you know, guys are making $1,500 in the spot market on the same load. Well, take out 35%, you're about the same, right? So you know, you think your numbers are higher than they actually are. Pigtail, what's up? I need to follow your playbook, Snow Lord, get that trailer paid off. Eddie, here's okay. So the title of the video is "What's Next," right? I talked to a friend of mine that just recently financed some equipment, and when I do the math on my trailer, I'm paying an extraordinary interest rate on my trailer. My trailer is a 2018 Strick, and I've got 2 years left on it. And so I have one of two strategies that I have not decided. I can either get it refinanced to get rid of some of that percentage or double up on payments and pay it off within a year. I have not decided. There's some other debt that I got to take care of first. So the doubling it up on payments may not be the best idea at this point, because the truck may cost me another $19,000 next year, and I don't want to rest, right? So that's a common thing. People think that having a paid off truck, and by the way, you guys like my Acme shirt, right? Having a paid off having a paid off truck is the golden goose, right? And while it does make things a lot easier, you still have to put money aside for maintenance, if not more. And and when you get in the 600 to million mile range, your turbos go out, rear ends go out, transmissions go out, all the rubber and plastic pieces start, saying, hey man, what's up, and so the common mistake that I saw with guys at Landstar is they would pay off their truck, and then they'd run 2 weeks a year or 2 weeks a month, and then not put any money aside. And when the truck finally had a big breakdown, they didn't have any maintenance money because they didn't run it all. Now, it might look hypocritical that I'm sitting here at home telling you that I'm not going to change, I'm not going to run less, because I'm not. But the truck's in the shop. I'd be home tonight anyways because of what's going on. But I don't plan on only grossing like $5,000 a month. I'm not going to be that guy. Because there's other debt that I'd like to pay off. I'd like to pay off the house early. I'd like to pay off the trailer early. I would like to put myself in a position that if I do need or want a new truck, I can just put a ton of money down and then pretty much rely on the warranty at that point. I'm going to predict that Mr. Snower will be an office guy for like trucking. Wheel seals go out, right? The bike coach, I see what you did there. All my shirts are paid off. Very good. YouTube with attitude, what's up? Yes and yes on your plan for trailer. Which one, Cascade? Too much drama. I'm not going to stand for someone talking bad about me behind my back when I'm not around. Daniel Adame, what are you talking about?
That's probably about the Zello thing you mentioned earlier.
Oh. Well, parrot, I deleted Zello, just let you know. Okay. Yeah, Zello. Get rid of it. Zello is the cause of a large percentage of the YouTube drama. And when you got educational videos that you could be listening to, or podcast or audiobooks, I think that Zello is a waste of time. So people that, other than one or two people on Zello, everybody has my number. They want to talk to me, they can call me and text me anytime. So yes, flush Zello, right? How many miles will box trailer last? John, it's. I mean, you can have a 20-year-old trailer and make it work. It's the floors that kind of give out. So you have every now and then you got to put a new floor in or whatever. But I have no intention of getting rid of my trailer or trading up. If I decide to get a trailer upgrade, it will be a second trailer, not a new trailer. Cascade. We miss you on Zello Snorla. I know, Pale Rider. I know. Look, when I looked at my numbers on November, guys, I literally paid $1,500 in fuel, and for the month of November, and I did run, right? These short runs that I've been doing have been extremely beneficial. And it's all pallets and beverages, right? Pallets, and here's a good way to look at the temperature of the market. If pallets are shipping pretty good, then that means the market is still strong. That's a obscure reference, but it's actually kind of true. Denise, how's it going? He's going to have one of those old trailers in the yard like you see in the middle of nowhere. Absolutely, Thor. My trailer will retire out in the field with, the great grandkids will be like, my grandfather, he's down in this, it's going to be like that. So 20 get 55. So, it just depends on how well you take care of it, what you haul, and all that stuff. So were you truck weekly, bi-weekly, monthly? They were monthly truck payments. It was basically a bank loan through MHC Financial. It was a monthly note. Didn't matter what company I worked for. My payments were $15.85 a month, every month. There was a mix-up in the beginning. I thought I had a year's worth of warranty, and I didn't. I found out the hard way that I didn't. Not the super hard way, but I had to come in and get something looked at. I believe it's when I had the exhaust pipe had to be replaced, or no, the hangers that hold it up had to be replaced, and found out that it was August of that year, not August of the following year, that my warranty ran out. So I had no warranty. And trying to get an aftermarket warranty is a huge pain. So I figured if I'm going to do $9,000 for a warranty, I might as well just put that money in the bank and just sit on it, bigrigceo, good evening, Dr. Awesome Gross. Oh, man, we love our inside jokes, don't we? Build a mobile recording studio, trailer, or bowling alley. My truck's only 600 months, says Thor. And that's the key. Thank you, Jose. I appreciate it. Yes, but trailer payments are monthly as well. Trailer payments are about $625 a month. And that was for a brand new trailer with no bells and whistles. It's not auto inflate, no skirts, no California friendly devices on the trailer. But it's a pretty sturdy trailer. I had to have a little bit of work. I don't know if you guys... I did a video where I showed this one panel that was damaged on the inside. Well, I saw how it happened because the other one's getting ready to do that because the rivets came out on that one panel. So I had the shop that hasn't looked at my truck yet, but they fixed my trailer. They riveted that panel back in because what happens is those pallets get pushed, and that's what happened. It got crunched. They said it was mostly cosmetic. I think it actually increases the chance of something coming through the corner nose of the trailer, but for the most part, I just wanted those rivets back in there. It's going to be like a $50 repair. My new payment is $1K. Awesome. And and Big Rig CEO is he's getting away from the SFI umbrella, so that's good. I'm enjoying my new T680 I'm driving now. Excellent truck. Excellent. Big Houston. I realized the trailer cosmetic surgery, right? And so it would be a lot more work to remove everything to get to this panel that's been crushed than to just leave it crushed. It's not in the way. It's not affecting the freight. It's not affecting the strength of the trailer. And from some of the other light trucking guys, what they've dealt with their trailers, I've again, knock on wood, I've had it pretty good. Other than the bullet hole in the roof, we're pretty good. So, but I know that Jeff's probably thinking that I'm gonna like sit at home all the time now because my truck's paid off. I'm not doing that. I will run when I can. January looks to be like I've got 2 dates I have to be home for, and then from there I can just run. And then there's another debt I got to take care of that I can now be a lot more aggressive. And then we'll see what the country's doing. There's all this debate whether there's going to be a shutdown. There's all this speculation of what the market's going to do. And And with the news that I've seen recently from people on kind of some business inside stuff, I'm actually optimistic. There is a new stimulus package that they're trying to pass. It's that could signal a soft shutdown, but even then, as long as manufacturing doesn't shut down, we're going to be okay. Only 330,000 miles on my rig and 2.5 years of warranty left. There you go. And that's kind of what you want to do. You want to be in a position where you're not making truck payments past the warranty, because that's where the danger zone lies. Like if you get a 6-year note on a brand new truck, I hope you get a 6 years worth of warranty, because if you're trying to make a $2,500, $3,000 a month truck note and you have another additional $20,000 a year in repairs, that could be a bad thing. So thank you, best friend. You have some options, so you could double up on your trailer payments or add a half to it to pay it off quicker. I think that's kind of what Cascade was and bigrigceo have suggested to me is maybe refinance it, but then still double up on the payments. Maybe that's an option. So Chucky, what's up? Chucky's also in the club of paid off truck, and he's having some issues as well. Or just bank your truck payment and have it to when you're ready to plunk down a down payment on a new truck or new or used truck. Screaming Demon, that's good advice as well. Like I said, I have other debt that I got to take care of. And then, the business will be debt free, which would be good. So, Kenny Loggins, danger zone, right? And so, I was playing with. You're playing with fire when you buy a $60,000 used truck with with very little or no warranty. It was a fleet truck. Now, the fact that it was a Prime truck made it actually better, because Prime takes care of their equipment. I've seen their shop firsthand. I know people that work there, both inside and outside the truck. And they have an excellent maintenance program, and they want their lease operators to succeed, so they get them good warranties. And I was the third person to be in this truck. The last person had a dog. There's dog hair in places that I still can't get to. So, Orion, I agree with that. If the refinance doesn't cost you any points, you could pay the same and slightly more and be making double payments. Yeah. Yes, I was, but I also made a decision this week as well. Provost, good evening. Sue and Sam, I say pay off house ASAP. You can't live in the trailer. Congrats on the truck now. Yeah, and that's kind of, I was asked the other night, what my, you have to have long-term plans and short-term plans, or goals, or however you want to put it. And I honestly don't know. I honestly don't have a 5-year plan other than just pay off as much debt as possible. Get rid of, be one of these people that call Dave Ramsey and say, we're debt free, make the last payment on the houses and all that kind of stuff. So, Grover, what's up? But the common mistake that people make when their truck's paid off is that that you kind of rest for a little bit. And I definitely don't want to fall into that trap. I have a friend of mine that, I know somebody that had a Schneider finance truck, and Steve Berger, go check his channel out. And when he went to his own truck, he did not change how he ran. It just took a little bit of the pressure off. And with the hard work and the dedication and the ability to adapt, he was able to get a brand new truck, not through SFI, but on his own. and that could still be in the cards. You know, for a minute I was afraid of buying a new truck because I wasn't sure if I wanted it. Let's get these glasses off. I hate my glasses. But now I don't think I'd be so afraid of it. But I wouldn't want the payments to be about like $3,000 a week or a month. That's for sure. You have accomplished a great thing. Keep it going. Right. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Cascade. Like trucking, Snorlord speaking. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be the scariest office guy ever, don't you think? So, but, so I mean that's kind of what's going on. I appreciate all the congrats on the truck payment, on the truck being paid off. Like I said, I didn't do it to brag. I just kind of explained it in the sense that if I can do it, you can do it, right? And I talked to a driver the other day who was confused with his numbers because he wasn't tracking them correctly. He was trying to do a non-traditional tracking, and I told him you can't do that. You know, you have to track your numbers traditionally. There are many programs out there. There's a big possibility that I'm switching to Trucking Office at the beginning of the year. But Trucking Pro is still a good program, but I fall behind, right? Because I'm looking at this all the time, but I'm not opening the computer every day. And as my laptop gets older and older, I'm playing with fire here. I do back up everything. I did buy an external hard drive to really back up everything because it's got a lot of important other stuff as well. But you know, it's just, you know, what can you do? When I bought my truck at auction, it didn't have a lot of miles on it. It was a fleet truck, but it was on a dedicated run, still was under warranty, and was eligible for extended warranty. There you go, Screaming Demon. Your late 40s, put a good chunk in Vanguard Index Fund. It will grow for retirement. I appreciate that advice. Are you going to keep that truck running or trade it? I am not. I have no intention of trading it right now. I like my truck. The Peterbilt I was ready to trade because while it was a good first truck, it wasn't like, in order for me to keep that truck, I would have wanted to delete that truck, and I would have wanted to do a whole, basically all new insides. But I like the 680s. I have, if someone handed me a blank check to buy whatever truck I wanted, I would be torn on not buying, you know, I'd be torn on what I would buy. You know, there's two trucks I like, and one of them is the 680. Hey, I'm proud of you, man, paying off the rig early. That is a feather in your cap. Keep your backup at a different property. Well, I also back up everything online too, so. But no, there are no plans to trade it. But you never know. I mean, if the thing could throw a rod tomorrow, then yeah, then we'll have to scramble. And that's why I want as much debt taken out as possible. So I bought my truck at auction and got my old truck, got DOT'd, and then sold it in the truck paper. What's the other truck you would buy? A W9? Josh, I've never driven a W9. From a business sense, to me, a W9 would be, a W9 is more cost on the variables, such as fuel. And like that place, I go to quite a few places a lot that would be a challenge for the W9. I do like Proos's Volvo 860. That's a nice truck. It would probably be something like that, if not another 680. I was also asked if I would do Cummins or Packard again, and that question is still up in the air as well. So 990. I like the 990s, but I really do. I kind of wish the headlights were a little bit different, but the cab is just like a 680. and I don't know what their fuel mileage would be like. So, you know, and the wheelbase and all that, but they're expensive. You know, I don't see paying $180,000 for a truck that's going to make me less money in the fuel department and be less comfortable and less maneuverable. I don't see myself making a move like that. Yes, the hood trucks do hold their value, especially if you got pre-emissions. But if I was to go that route, it would be like that. That's it. That's the last truck, right? Get it rebuilt or whatever. But I don't see myself doing that. You have a 21 680. They are nice. Good deal. 5.8. Yeah, and I know what Cascade's talking about. So I don't. I like W9s. I like how they look. But if I bought one, it would be a pre-emissions, you know, semi-retired truck. So you make 30,000 more a year over a hood truck. Who cares about resale? See, that's it. It would be a hobby show truck if I was to get something like that, you know, and it wouldn't be, it would be a trailer queen probably. But I don't see myself entering that field because that takes a lot of spare time and spare money, which I have neither. So, you drinking wine? No, this is water. It really is. It's water. It's just in a wine glass. I don't know why. Yes, they do hold their resale value, but when you think about the difference in fuel savings, you know, and like I said, they're nice trucks to be proud of. I mean, you know, Robert over here at Like Trucking's got one, and it's a nice truck. And then seeing the show trucks at Joplin, it kind of makes me want one, but to run a business with one, I don't think that's in my cards. 990 only gets a little better if it has the 565. Well, I believe Thomas Wilson is getting the 990, so he can kind of give us the lowdown on what the fuel mileage is on those. And I think there's a flatbed company called Keast, something like that. They're running 990s. But for the most part, most of the 990s I see out here, they're not hauling just generic dry vans. They're hauling tank or flatbed or specialized. Trucking is a hobby till that to account, right? It's an expensive hobby. There are other hobbies that are expensive too. We won't get into that though. But no, I don't plan on, you know, Jeff, if you're watching, I don't plan on sitting and doing nothing for the rest of the days. You know, I plan on running my business exactly the same as I do now, but with a $15,000 a year, you know, raise, because that's what my payments add up to. So, so that's it. I mean, that's so we were not quite in an hour. I wanted to talk about that. There's a lot of people in here, and I appreciate that. If you guys got any other questions, comments, or concerns, you can change the topic if you want. But you know, the bottom line is, the truck's paid off. It could throw a rod or just completely blow up tomorrow, and I would be okay. I could probably get at least 10 grand scrap weight and then just jump into something else. So, yeah, Josh, appreciate that. Hit the like button if you want. Other than that, you know, we're just waiting for the truck to get repaired. And I tell you what, if you guys watched that last video, you could see, and Cascade pointed out, he's become a good friend of mine. He pointed out that I was like nervous but relieved at the same time, and that's kind of the deal, because I probably might have waited another month or two before I wrote a big check, but let's do it at the end of December. Let's finish 2020 with a bang, right? And but it feels good, because even the first truck, yeah, it was paid off, but with the help of a loan, you know. Sorry for the noise, guys. I forgot to mute the phone. Let's do this here. And it is a relief because, like I said, that you know, I know guys that like pay off their first truck and then just go and get another one without even trade the first one in. And you know, I don't think I'm ever going to be at the point where I want to put someone else in a truck that I own. Like, I'm not that guy that's going to hire like 2 company drivers or put somebody in my truck and run under like trucking or anything like that. I don't see myself doing that. But I would do that with trailers. But you know, in order to buy multiple trailers, number one, they got to be available. Number two, you got to have some liquid cash. So, yeah. Thank you, Pappy. And Pappy's been there since the beginning, since before the Kenworth days. So it does give me hope for the future. I do see some positive trends. I know that if you guys watched James Best yesterday or day before yesterday, I joined in on the live feed. And essentially what I was remarking about was when you call 20 brokers and 19 of them are telling you the same thing, that's a trend. If you see volumes drop in half, that's a trend. And those are the things I look at. And not to make predictions, but just to know when to dive and weave and you know and just try to manage. Situational awareness, I guess, is a better term. You got to be situational aware of what your market's doing, what other companies are doing to survive or to adapt and overcome. And, you know, so how long do I left on the trailer? 2 years. If it's a possibility, if you know that person well. I've been driving for 10 years, and there's about 5 people I would trust to be in my truck. And only because I know that they would keep it. I'm not even like the cleanest, best truck person. But I do drive pretty conservatively. I'm not, you know, trying to put that thing up cabbage, you know, with 45,000 pounds. And so far this year, I've only driven 61,000 miles. So that should tell you something. Unlocked early access on Amazon. Went from showing me 10 loads to 80, booking them like crazy. Nice, Provost. Nice. Very good. But yeah, we have 2 years left on the trailer. I you know, I didn't even realize that. I see the trailer as a 5-year note, and it never counts down in my head. But the other day or actually it was today, I was talking to Cascade, and I realized that in February it'll be a full 3 years that I've been at Like Trucking. And I bought the trailer brand new on a 5-year note. So that means I was like, wow, in February 9th, I'll have 2 more years left on that trailer. So that's not bad. Maybe we'll pay that off early. I heard they're holding loaded freight ships, not letting them leave port, run hard while the loads are there. Sue and Sam, I would ask, why are they doing that? Is there a new trade war that's about to go down, or what? I believe with the new administration, I think that China is going to love that. So, but I could be wrong. I don't know anything about economics. I don't know anything about politics, other than it's all a scam. So, but anyways, we're almost to an hour. If you guys got no more questions or comments or concerns, we'll end this live feed, and I will hang out with my family and watch a Christmas movie or something. I hope everyone is safe and warm. I know that the weather's been bad. I think they had a big pile up there in Pennsylvania on I-80. I'm seeing footage from Albany, New York, where trucks are buried in snow. And And I've seen plenty of pictures of Amazon trucks being in the ditches or in the medians, which sucks because I think a package that my wife ordered was on one of those trucks. So enjoy the family solar. Stay safe, all. Thank you, Eddie. Warm in Florida. Shorts today. Yeah.
I have a question.
You have a question?
Is Jamie still watching?
I doubt it.
Oh,
He hasn't commented.
maybe he's lurking.
Maybe.
Jamie, if you're still there, hello.
That was something else. The wife and I went out to dinner with Scott SRO and his wife and bigrigceo and his wife. So we had a good time last night. I'll be in Florida tomorrow. SF Medic. Yep, Jamie says hello.
Awesome.
Terry, what's up, man? So Tom H, Merry Christmas. There probably will be one or two more live feeds before Christmas. That's the other thing. Pale Rider TV has upped his game with the external mic on his driving footage, and I love it. I need to do the same thing. I would actually do more driving footage, and my talkings to you guys would be much better with a view versus, this. and I think you'd much rather see the traffic, and I do have a lot of good thoughts when I'm going down the road. Not all the time, but sometimes, right? And don't have to be on the road in this nastiness, just don't. Absolutely. The first load I might pull out of here that runs over New Year's might just go see Provost and what he's doing. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate the congrats. I appreciate the thumbs up. If you have any questions, email me at Doomytunes, Doomytunes, transport at gmail.com. I like how DIY said it. I don't give advice. I just give you some observations. There are things that I know how to do, and there are things I don't know how to do. There are things that I need to improve. And either way, it's all about consistency. I don't care if you're at Schneider, Landstar, Spot Market, dedicated company, owner operator, lease operator. It's all about consistency and what makes you happy. Terry, hit me up. We can either do it tomorrow or late Monday. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good night. Be safe, and peace.